Hey, Flexcast, we're back with our next guest, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in for this episode. This young lady who's here is very instrumental to the nightlife scene in Austin. She's definitely a mover, definitely a shaker, definitely a tastemaker. I want you to introduce yourself and tell the people what it is you do, and we'll get right into it, please.
Well, my name's Tiya. I'm from Georgia. So right now I work for PNC. I'm in accounting, and I also do networking and bartending.
Hey, everyone clap it up
Nice.
for Tiya. And Tiya, people might have crossed paths with you and not even known it in Austin, because you seem like you're a very reserved person. You just kind of you do your work and you go about your business. I want you to talk about your HBCU experience, because it feels like I feel like it's kind of imperative to the work that you do now. And then also want you to talk about why you chose to major in what you did at your HBCU.
Well, I'm from Georgia, so like when I first moved here, I was 18 years old. So the first thing I could think about was when I moved to a new city is to work.
Yeah.
I didn't really have like school on my mind, so a lot of my friends, they went to UT. And when I moved here, I was like, where are, people that look like me? Like, where are black people at? So my sister, she was like, hey, like, I know you work a lot, but it's a program at Houston-Tillotson, and it's called the Adult Degree Program. So it's basically for people that work full-time jobs, and it's a night school just every Tuesday night. So I decided to give it a chance, and I love it.
That's awesome.
You majored in business, right?
Yeah, business management.
What was it that made you say, hey, that's the path I want to take?
So I worked at 14 bars in Austin.
Oh,
that's a lot.
Do you want to go down the list? Can you remember them? First of all, can you remember the whole list?
Oh, yeah, I can.
I would love to hear you
Okay.
go down the list and see if there are any that I frequent.
Frequenter, I've been thrown
So I
out
worked
of.
at Speakeasy, Crew Lounge.
Okay.
I work
Okay.
at Poor Choices now. Chupacabra, Moonlight,
I love
Thirsty
Chupacabra.
Nickel.
I love you.
I worked at Crew Lounge.
Okay.
I worked at, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Jackalope on
that's a lot.
South Shore.
Okay.
All of them also the same management. So Chupacabra, Moonlight, Moose Bar, Thirsty Nickel. I worked at another one. The list is long.
Yeah, that's about half. That's about half
I've
the
been
list right
working there. Also bikinis too. I moved here in 2014.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah.
is that spot still there? I feel like they
So
closed
now
it.
it's on BBG Grill.
Yeah, I'm about to say. Because I used to go there and get food, and one day it wasn't there anymore.
They closed like years ago.
Okay, gotcha.
But working there, like, I don't know, like when I work somewhere, I kind of like compare myself to people. Like, I will call myself a perfectionist. So like sometimes I work at a bar and I'd be like, well, how did you get this manager job? And I feel like in Austin, it's basically who you know
Buddy system.
or like who put you on, basically.
It's the buddy system for sure.
So like I decided like to go in business management because I see myself not really owning the club, but I want to be that person where like I kind of call the shots.
You're
So
the person that everyone wants to know.
yes, so it's like when I go somewhere and I feel like this should be fixed, I want to be that person instead of you telling me what to do. I want to tell you what to do, but basically kind of to like improve like your business.
I like that. That's a smart marketing move.
Thank you.
Smart business move. Say, and talk more about that, like how you got into managing and how would you, or what advice would you, I should rather say, give to other people who want to walk in your same steps?
So I first started as a hostess.
Okay.
And then I moved up as a food runner.
Okay.
And it was crazy because when I was working at Chupacabra, I was a food runner. And one night I was like sitting at the bar at Jackalope just chilling. And it was this guy, he was like talking to me. And he was like, you know what, like your personality is like amazing. Like, what do you do? Like, do you work here? And I was like, yeah, I actually work as a food runner. And he was like, really? And he was like, have you thought about being a bartender? And I was like, I do, but I don't know how I can move up.
Yeah.
So come to find out, that next day, the manager was like, hey, we're going to move you up to bartending. And this whole time, I was talking to a manager.
There
that
you go.
Not the manager, but the owner.
Important
that owns
people.
7 bars.
There you
downtown.
go.
Yeah.
Personality, they say it takes you far.
Yeah.
That's
They
exciting.
say hard skills get you in the door, soft skills keep you there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome. Do you think that, I mean, and you kind of alluded to this already, but I'm curious, is anywhere down the line, does Tiya want to own a club, or do you just always want to be the person that's kind of managing, or what's the long play here for you with this?
So I do want to own some clubs, and actually how I got into management. Do y'all know Play Jones?
Yes.
Shout out
Yes.
to Play Jones. So
He's
I
been
used
on the
to
podcast before.
Yes.
So I used to bartend at Crew, and when they closed down, he ended up hitting me up. He was like, hey, they about to reopen up, and I think you would be a good fit as a manager. So I was like, okay, I'll give it a try, and I actually ended up working there, and I really like Crew. I love everybody there, and it's black owned too. So that was another great thing about it.
A lot of people don't know Crew is the largest hemp-owned black franchise in America.
I
so
did
when
not
you see
know that.
So when you see that green sign, that's something that's a real big symbol.
It's like certified.
When you go to the Crew in Atlanta, when you go to the Crew in Houston, I think they're building one in Miami.
They just opened one in San Antonio.
Correct.
Right. So that's a big thing, and we need to support it. We need to patron it.
I didn't know they were black owned.
They are.
That's pretty exciting.
The owner of Crew is black. Yeah. I'm curious, we kind of talked about people in nightlife. What are some of the ups and downs of working in nightlife? Because we come to the party and we're like, oh, this is fun, fun. But like maybe
there's a lot of stress to make that.
For people who don't see what leads up to the party, talk about that a little bit.
So like a lot of people like looking on the outside, they'll see a club and it'll be jumping, but really like if you work there, the money really don't match it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like some nights as a bartender, as a server, you're not always going to make like $400, $500.
Yeah.
You may go home with like $20, $30.
Yeah.
But you got to have that mindset. It was like, okay, well, since we work here, it's always going to be better days.
Yeah.
And then also just dealing with the crowd and like last Saturday, it was a shooting downtown.
That's crazy.
So dealing with that and I don't know, just also who you work with too. It's some people that you got to like have that mindset like, okay, well, I'm going to come to work, make my money and leave.
Yeah.
Because some people, they either want to basically take your spot or they just don't like you. They want you to get rid of your job.
Right.
And if you just go in there and like work and make your money, then you have to worry about anything.
Stay focused.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I took, because I run into people that want to bartend or they're about to move to Austin. They're like, hey, I heard bartending is a good gig. I'm like, let me tell you how this goes. So that's,
and I'm also working on a bartending program. I actually want to teach people how to bartend.
Okay.
So it's kind of going to be like a bartending program for beginners.
Yeah.
And then I also want to work on a program where, let's say you're new to Austin, but you want to bartend.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is I will train you, and those 13 bars I used to work at, I will hit them up and be like, hey, I have a girl here. Like, if you need a bartender, she's right here for pickup.
But that's amazing because you can train them in your image, and you've already set boundaries. You've already made these relationships. That's not a bad idea.
And not only that,
I
feel like a lot of those classes right now are like ran by men.
They are.
And so when they walk into your class and it's like, it's a bright, beautiful young lady teaching, I think that's going to go a long way for a lot of people that are, because nightlife is a little dangerous sometimes.
It is.
Working in nightlife is not always glamorous. There are predators, there are goofies.
And
I'm just talking, and I'm a male and I watch it, and I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed of some of the behavior I see in nightlife.
I was just about to say that. Can you share a predator story?
Have you ever seen anything crazy in nightlife that you're like, oh shit?
I have. So the main rule downtown, if you're a female, a guy have to always walk you to your car.
Okay.
It didn't happen to me, but it was a girl that I was working with, and this customer was there like every day.
Yeah.
And it comes to find out that he was literally like coming to her shift,
to stalk.
and then when she leaves,
he was stalking.
He was stalking.
So it came to a point that one of the girls was like, "Hey, this guy is on 6th Street waiting his car," and she was so scared that she ended up like quitting the job.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
That's unfortunate.
That is sad.
Yeah. So you have people like
Well,
that.
do you have a plan for when you want to start your class? Or is it still kind of in the works?
Still kind of in the works.
So listen, whenever you decide, whenever you nail it down, I want you to come talk about it, because I feel like that's good for people to know. That's a good resource. And you're going to clean up, because bartending is like the one thing people come to Austin, they're like, I know I can make money doing this because of the bars.
Yeah. And there's a lot of bars.
Yeah,
you can make your rent in like 2 days. Like for South by, I used to make my money 2 days, and then the rest was blow money.
Everything else is
so
fun. Everything else is fun money. You know what I mean? Hey, tell people where they can find you on Instagram, Ty.
So my Instagram is TyD96. That's TYDEE96.
If you guys are interested in anything nightlife, whether it's working or you're just looking for like the places to go, I would recommend following her. She's very pleasant. As long as you're not causing problems in the club, you and her gonna be friends, man. Let's clap it up for Tiya. Hey, Flexcast, don't go nowhere. We'll be right back with our next guest. Yeah.